When a massive crocodile emerged near a quiet town in Sudan, the local residents were quick to notice that the animal wasn't behaving as usual. It moved with great difficulty, and its belly appeared unusually distended. In an effort to assist, the townspeople decided to inspect the crocodile more closely, leading to an unexpected discovery inside its stomach. What they found left everyone in disbelief. What could have possibly happened to the crocodile to end up like that? Welcome to Wonderbot Animals. Michael's heart raced as he carefully approached the intimidating crocodile. He was trying to be brave, but couldn't help but feel apprehension. Nonetheless, Michael was resolved to intervene and rescue the creature. With meticulous care, they set out to open the crocodile's stomach, and when its contents were unveiled, Michael was left in shock. How could this be? He wondered if he had acted in time to rescue the crocodile. What had he discovered inside, and what motivated him to attempt saving such a formidable animal? They typically keep their distance from each other. From an early age, the children of the local villages are instructed to avoid the areas frequented by crocodiles. Engaging with them directly is believed to lead to no good, a lesson ingrained in the community's collective wisdom. However, on a decisive day, Michael chose a path his family would have strongly discouraged when he chose to disregard the long-standing cautions for what he believed to be a noble cause. Michael, a 38-year-old lifelong resident of this small Sudanese town, had established a life there along with his wife and family. Close to the Nile River, Michael and his family managed a modest farm, producing more than enough to sustain themselves. The townsfolk regarded Michael highly, not only for his good character, but also for his renowned bravery, something his family was acutely aware of. Whether facing rogue animals or individuals with ill intent from neighboring areas, Michael had consistently confronted these dangers head-on, earning him both respect and a few battle scars. His interventions and bravery made him a dear part of the community, and he had even become the unofficial leader. That's why, when they encountered this crocodile dilemma, all eyes turned to Michael for guidance. Despite the village's proximity to the Nile, encounters with aquatic predators like crocodiles were rare. These creatures usually stayed within the confines of the river, and the villagers knew better than to approach certain areas. This caution helped them steer clear of danger. That is, until today. On this particular day, a crocodile ventured far from its usual habitat, something that had never happened before during Michael's time in the village. The fact that the creature had left the river was worrying enough, but its location posed an even greater threat. A massive crocodile, with a size rivaling that of any villager, had emerged from the river, creating a significant problem. It positioned itself on the canal the villagers had constructed to channel water from the Nile to their fields. In other words, the crocodile was obstructing the flow of water, jeopardizing the irrigation of their crops. If the situation continued for long, it could lead to a severe issue. The gravity of the problem was not immediately clear, but it would soon become apparent to the entire community. Before we learn why, take a moment to like this video to help it reach 7K likes and subscribe for more content. A group of women who had gone to the river to clean their garments encountered the imposing animal. Shocked at first, they soon realized the crocodile was blocking their source of water. They quickly sought out Michael to devise a plan of action. Without hesitation, Michael, along with several other village men, went to assess the situation. The challenge they faced was immediately evident. The women had previously explained how difficult it typically was for these animals to leave the water. Simply moving the crocodile was not feasible. Besides the risk of provoking the animal, its huge size made any attempt to relocate it unmanageable. The villagers brainstormed various solutions, the most common one being to eliminate the animal and move it. From his youth, Michael had learned to respect all forms of life, and the idea of killing the exceptionally large crocodile struck him as wasteful and unethical. He could not do that. Moreover, upon closer observation of the creature from a safe distance, he noticed something else. Judging by the crocodile's behavior and gaze, he sensed it was in distress. He felt a compelling urge to assist this creature, unable to stand idly by while it suffered. Lucky for Michael, he knew just the person to call for this situation. Not too long before, a visitor had arrived in town to educate them on handling conflicts with wildlife. Michael was sure this person could help. The visitor was a wildlife conservationist who had previously urged the town to refrain from harming large and endangered animals, suggesting they contact him instead for solutions. And that's precisely what Michael did, reaching out for help. The conservationist, Jason, had come to Sudan from the United Kingdom with a mission to safeguard as many rare creatures as possible. Alerted by Michael about a large crocodile near the village, Jason was keen to investigate. However, with the village's water supply compromised, waiting for Jason was not an option they could afford. The notion of eliminating the crocodile and solving the problem sooner rather than later became more and more attractive to people. In desperation, Jason offered to send food supplies to the village while he worked on a solution. While many were initially ready to say no, Michael managed to convince them. In Michael's opinion, harming the crocodile might offer an immediate solution, but he had to consider the consequences of the decisions they made that day. As the village's informal leader, he had to see the big picture. Michael managed to convince the village to allow him to find a better solution, but how would he and Jason accomplish this? Jason was knowledgeable about large animals, yet he recognized when to seek expertise from others. The current dilemma called for expert advice. He reached out to the top animal health expert in the nation for a virtual consultation with Michael. Despite technical difficulties during the video call, the expert, relying on her vast experience, quickly pinpointed the issue most likely to be troubling the animal. After assessing the creature, she noticed an unusual swelling indicating a potential obstruction at the entrance to its digestive system. The expert hypothesized that the crocodile ate something his system couldn't digest, and that's what was draining him of vitality. The mystery of what was ingested and how Michael alongside the villagers could address the issue still remained though. The expert explained that the only thing they could do would be to surgically remove the foreign object, which was quite a dangerous task to perform. Michael understood immediately that no one would volunteer to do it, so he rose up to the challenge. He convinced the villagers to help him by restraining the crocodile, but first he had to go into town to get some supplies, including rope so they could secure the crocodile's mouth and also fasten him so he wouldn't be able to move. When they had all the supplies they needed, community members started to bind the crocodile according to their plan. It turned into a massive undertaking, yet the crocodile showed minimal resistance. This was a clear sign of its weakened state. When Michael felt it was safe, he began his work. Through a video call, the vet continued to guide him while another villager recorded, allowing the vet to provide direct instructions. This way, Michael received specific guidance on how to conduct the surgery. Wielding a heated knife to eliminate germs, Michael made the initial tiny cut. Thankfully, the crocodile's reaction was minimal, and Michael didn't need to make deep incisions to access the blockage. After making 2 additional incisions, he was able to reach the stomach's opening. The obstruction inside the crocodile suddenly came out, and Michael was shocked to see that it was a blue soccer ball. He was not at all prepared for that. Everyone was puzzled about how the crocodile had encountered it, especially since it didn't belong to anyone from the community. However, Michael couldn't dwell on these thoughts at the moment, and he proceeded with the vet's final instructions to stitch up the animal. Meanwhile, some of the villagers went to find some fish for the poor crocodile. When Michael shared the successful rescue with the rest of the community, everyone felt a wave of happiness and relief. Michael had taken a significant risk with helping the animal, but it ultimately benefited everyone. His community emerged much stronger than before, so he was right to talk them out of killing an animal in need. What do you think of today's story? Would you have helped the crocodile? Let us know in the comments. Also, don't forget to like this video, share it with friends, and subscribe for future videos. See you next time.